All right, legends, we are live. We need to talk about many things in this live stream. Of course, we have incredibly bullish news for the price of Bitcoin, for Bitcoin and the crypto industry. We do have the technical analysis that we're going to go through, guys. We'll be looking at the higher time frame levels of resistance and support. What are the highest probability setups? Also zooming in to the very low time frames on the 3 minute, 1 minute to see if we can find some scalping opportunities for today. So make sure to stay tuned till the very end of the live stream, guys. We're going to go through pure technical analysis. We're going to take a look at multiple different charts such as the DXY and the S&P 500, but mainly focusing on Bitcoin and of course your favorite altcoins, as well as I will be going through the comment section. But we need to talk about, first of all, what is the insane bullish news, right? What is coming? Of course, Bitcoin is hitting a major level of resistance, guys, which is that zone of point of control, right? The point of control of the entire range in between March and July, right? We're kind of sitting above the level. It's not really a great successful breakout. However, it does look like that we could be getting a pullback, okay? We could be getting a pullback. Bitcoin has been very bullish during the last few weeks, but what I want to talk about as well is the reaccumulation schematic, guys. This is what is looking pretty damn bullish. And I have doubts. I have doubts because I'm overall bullish. I do see all-time high happening in the next 1 to 2 weeks, possibly. We might get a pullback first of all, then move to the upside. Or are we just going to consolidate at this range as the price is just too bullish and we're just going to break out from that point of control? We'll be going through the reaccumulation schematic, overall focusing on what is happening here internally with this price action. What are the scenarios that could happen here in the next coming hours? All right, not only coming days, in the next coming hours, guys. So make sure to destroy the like button on your way in. We'll be going through the news later on, okay? Smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel if you want this alpha, technical analysis, education, news every single day. I want to go through the comment section. Shall we keep up some light drum and bass in the background, guys? Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, if you can hear the music. A little bit of light drum and bass in the background here to do the technical analysis. Let's go through the news, right? I mean, this guy over here on Twitter, this is really not confirmed, okay? But he is actually saying that Trump announces US dollar to be backed by Bitcoin strategic reserves. Now, we can see Senator Cynthia Lummis saying big things are in store this week. Stay tuned. Big things are coming, all right? There's a lot of speculation. We do have the spot Ethereum ETF, okay, have been made effective by the SEC. And what we also do see, CNBC discusses the idea of the US potentially holding Bitcoin as a reserve currency under Donald Trump. So there is a lot of speculation of this, right? It's really not confirmed, but it means it could be coming. And without a doubt, this has to bring a massive bull market continuation for the next coming months, despite any corrective move, guys. Despite any corrective move, despite Bitcoin going to 50K or 40K, bull run has high chances it is going to just continue and absolutely smash above all-time high. Do you agree? Let me know in the comment section, or do you disagree? Because, hey, how can we become bearish? You know, and there is data, guys, that retail have run, you know, they've gone scared away, okay? Retail have gone. A lot of retail that have been holding their Bitcoin during the last 2 years, they've sold Bitcoin, okay? The whales and the long-term holders still have their Bitcoin, right? Such as myself. I've been in crypto for over 6 years now, and I still hold most of my Bitcoin. The short-term, the paper hands, right? Short-term holders, they've run away. This is good. This is bullish, right? We do not want to see them coming in the market. When they come in the market, when we see a FOMO stage, Bitcoin potentially going to, you know, even $80,000, $90,000 would be enough to say, okay, you know, bull run is very much popping. and then you see retail coming in, then obviously that would be the first signs of warning. But they're not here, guys. They're not here. And they've actually, the ones that have been buying in 2021 have panic sold during this run up the last few months. That is good. That is good, right? It's a classic move. Sell early. You're selling early into this bull run. Okay, so overall, I'm going to go through the comment section, say hello to the beautiful community, guys. Don't worry about the technical analysis. We are going to go through every single level, every single scenario that could happen here in this range. Of course, focusing on the higher time frame, looking at the larger picture to understand the resistance area, and then zoom in more locally here to analyze the situation. Could we get supported here? Could we reject at certain levels of resistance? Overall, the price action is still very much bullish on the lower time frames. Yes, it's getting a little bit exhausted. We're not going to lie. However, we're going to go very technical in detail, okay, in the lower time frames. So let's go right away. Say hello to the beautiful community, guys. Smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're going to be bringing some insane stuff in the next coming weeks, guys. I've got a little secret that I cannot talk about, but overall, you know, it will be said on the channel in the next coming weeks. Let's go right away. Moonboot boy. No idea what's happening, but thanks to the thumbnail, I'm quitting my job. Absolutely, that thumbnail has to be epic, guys. You know, it's a little bit of an epic thumbnail with the US flag at the back. You know, me with a very surprised face. Hey, but it has to be like that. You know, big things are happening. Big things are happening. We've been waiting for years. The people that have been in the crypto space for so many years now. You know, we've been waiting for mass adoption, for countries adopting Bitcoin, you know, and governments talking about Bitcoin very seriously. Hey, this moment is now. All right. The future is here. The future is here. Okay. So anyway, there is a bearish chart that I want to talk about as well, which is the dollar index. Dollar index needs to break down from this level right away, right now. It needs to break down for me to continue relatively quite bullish in the mid long term, because I don't want to see the DXY bouncing from this major point of control of the last 2 years, which we have been bouncing here during the last couple of months, right? This was in May and June, and right now we're just holding this level as we did the previous month. So a little bounce on the dollar index. Well, eventually we know that a strong dollar, all right, a strong dollar index means that, you know, risk on assets could get some major pullbacks. All right, so we don't want that bounce on the dollar index. Let's go right away. Continue through the comment section. We'll go through this chart right away, guys, and then you need to stay tuned because we're going to focus on the pure technical analysis. Let's talk about higher time frame. Let's talk about reaccumulation. First of all, say hello to the Dusty Hunt. Good morning, Daniel. How are you doing, my brother? Thanks for joining. Crypto Big Brains. Let's go, Andy. I'm looking forward to this one. Yeah, make sure to stay tuned, right? Because there is some more news that I want to talk about, some more charts, but focusing purely on technical analysis, guys. The previous live stream was absolutely insane. We went in detail with so many things, and we are going to talk about also in this live stream details on lower time frames, most importantly, for those opportunities. Camo will be the next Bowden. I don't know what the heck is that. Chase, if you're in chat and have not liked, you are a square. Okay, Chase, thanks very much for the insane support. Aditya, Himanshu, Wolf, XLM Forever, Stellar Lumens. It might get a good run. It might get a good run. Very, very slow, just like XRP. But if XRP, you know, starts rallying like it has done during the last few days, hey, XLM, which is Stellar Lumens, you know, it's like the baby brother, right? It's the small little brother of XRP. If XRP goes, you can very much expect XLM to continue as well with XRP. Forget the music. I'm here to listen to Andy, says Relief. You're an absolute legend. D. Johnny, hello. Wolf Hunt. Mord Fustang. Good morning. Tovin, Najib. Let's go. Right, guys. Casper Big Short. Casper's, you know, just had a major run. Let's focus right away, guys. Hello to everyone. Bullish CVD divergence forming on the 4-hourly time frame. I would really focus more on CVD divergence on lower time frame. They are more effective. Okay, if you're starting to see higher time frame divergence, you really want to focus on the 3 minute, 5 minute to see what is happening locally, as they do have priority than the larger CVD divergence. Okay, so let's go right away. Let's talk about, I am calling for Ethereum above $20,000. I mean, the comment section, I need to go through the comment section. These predictions are crazy. Genestakes is saying 20,000 Ethereum, and in 5 years, Bitcoin to 300,000. Hey, without a doubt, absolutely. Let's go with the Wyckoff reaccumulation schematic, legends. Are you agreeing that we are in a reaccumulation schematic? As we do the analysis here with the reaccumulation schematic, take a look at the different phases. Let me know in the comment section if you agree that we are in a reaccumulation schematic. And despite a pullback potentially to the low $60,000 range, we will be seeing a higher low, and the $50,000 to $53,000 range will not be hit in the next coming days, right? Let me ask that poll right away, guys. Do you agree? Do you agree that Bitcoin is in a reaccumulation? Let me know, guys, in the poll right away. Do you agree that we are in a reaccumulation for Bitcoin? And we are going to take a look at this chart because it looks very promising. Let's go right away. I want to see those votes coming in the poll in the comment section. Let's dive in, guys. Let's dive in. Let's talk about this, because we cannot pay attention to this, right? We need to take it into consideration. The reaccumulation schematic, that looks very well. I'm not sure if you guys can see this chart here nicely. I can see it. I can see on YouTube here that it comes out relatively clear. But overall, what I want to talk about, if you guys can see this, is the different phases, right? We have been following almost to perfection this reaccumulation schematic on the daily. And Wyckoff schematics, you need to take a look at it on the daily. And they are usually a few months, okay? And in this case, yeah, we've been over 4 months in this range. This is the daily chart, and we have been following the different steps, except for the upthrust phase. What is disturbing is that the upthrust phase B did not manage to claim the all-time high, which is this center part right over here. Overall, the rest of the movements have been mirroring this reaccumulation schematic. Now the spring point, pretty obvious, classic liquidity grab from the lows at $56,000, and a beautiful bounce that we've had during the last couple of weeks. So far, so good. The question is right now, have we got above successfully the center part of the creek phase, right, which is this descending channel? I can see that we have, without a doubt. We are basically well above, all right, the center of the creek phase, which is that nice big sign of strength. And then you want to see the last point of support. Now the question is the price just going to consolidate here where we have the point of control of the entire range between March and July, right? Maybe a little pullback to $65,000, $64,000. Maybe we're going to get a larger corrective move. Now, this is the difficult part right now, right? Where, you know, are we going to manage to just blast through with the FOMO, with the bullish news? We have Donald Trump also speaking in Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville this weekend, right? Starting on Friday. Will it create some kind of FOMO stage, or will it be a sell the news event, right? Which is also very possible. But overall, there's only bullish things about Bitcoin coming out from, the former US president, Donald Trump. So the question is, from this point, are we going to see, legends, the corrective move down and create that test point here at the low $60,000 range, which is in confluence with the value area low? Or have we already created the test the second week of July, right? Where we already got the spring point right over here. And then you get above, all right, the spring point, and you back testing the lows. That basically is what happened here the second week of July. And we've already got this phase, the big run up, right? I am leaning on, I am leaning on the side that a potential pullback, without a doubt, is very likely, okay? It's very possible. We need that healthy pullback, okay? So overall, a pullback down is very possible looking at this reaccumulation schematic. Now the question, where is the biggest level of support? We got a lot of support levels on lower time frames, which we are going to discuss. Don't worry about that. This is higher time frame, guys. It's just understanding where we do have the highest time frame level of support. Okay, so value area low of the entire trading range, we do have, round about the $61,300, right? Depending on what exchange you're looking at. This is on Coinbase. Value area low is sitting around about this range, where we do have this consolidation that was created here the last week of June and the first week of July. Big level, big level. If we were to get that pullback, I would say that the price of Bitcoin is not going to successfully break beneath $60,000. Yes, we could have hit 59, 58. But anyway, if that is hit, that zone is hit, and we start getting a reaction, this is going to be an insane long opportunity. And this would be a swing long position, okay? So overall, the biggest level of support on higher time frames is that low $60,000 range, okay? Value area low of the entire range here. And if we are going to break above right now in the next coming days, well, we do have $70,000, right? Without a doubt, that $70,000 is going to be a big barrier. It is the value area high of the entire range, something that we want to take into consideration, that we could get, a pretty significant pullback from that level. Most importantly, diving in here on the lower time frames. Let's go to the 4-hourly time frame, understand the levels and the scenarios, taking a look at Elliott Wave theory. Daily levels, monthly levels, point of control, naked point of control, the waves, analyzing Elliott Wave theory to see the possible projections, what level could bounce, what level could reject. This is why we're here, guys. We're looking for a trading plan, okay? We're looking for that trading plan right away. You just spoke about the secret. The secret about staking XRP. Yeah, not me. I do not hold any XRP. Lots of altcoins will disappear soon. I see a lot of shitcoins in top 100. Yeah, unknown user. Yes, absolutely. Without a doubt, there's going to be a lot of altcoins that are just basically not going to do anything. We have Vishal here saying 40 to 42K. Expect it to break down before climbing to $100,000 target. Well, the main reason why I disagree with this scenario, okay, and that is just purely on Elliott Wave analysis and looking at the chart analysis, that right over here, we have had a massive consolidation. We've formed a huge, big, massive range. And on higher time frames, when you test the lows of a big range, guys, this is a zone where, everybody, including myself, all right, we were skeptical. We were, I had the comment section going absolutely crazy about Bitcoin dropping beneath $50,000 and even going to $40,000 when we were here. Now, when you test a low of a range, you have high probability that the business is finished. You have the bearish business very likely being finished. So, hey, I'm not saying that a pullback is not going to happen. Without a doubt, a large pullback of a few $1,000s is highly likely, okay? Let's not confuse ourselves here. But dropping down below here, the $53,000 area, without hitting all-time high, is highly unlikely. This scenario is highly unlikely, okay? And it's just purely based on understanding the waves and the chart. It's understanding from a major range when you do come up and test the highs. Even better scenario that we got right now, guys. I'll explain it in a second, okay? This scenario is more scary. You hit the highs, you have a high right there, you hit the highs, creating this scary double top scenario, but you have the liquidity grab beneath the lows of the range. When you test the lows of the range, okay, clear reaccumulation schematic right over here as well. You got the lows being tested. This is finished business. Price, no need for the price to go to lower levels. They've liquidated all of those over leveraged long positions, price ready to go to the upside. Very similar scenario, and this scenario even looks better. Why does it look better? Because we still have the highs not being hit inside of this range. The lows have been hit, okay? Lows have been hit and the highs have not been hit. Meaning, there's only one meaning about this. What do we have when we have the highs not hit, guys? What is there here? You guessed it right. It is a huge amount of short liquidations. You have billions of dollars, over $10 billion of short liquidations just sitting above $72,000. And Bitcoin follows the liquidity like any other market, guys. This is data. This is on the chart, guys. We cannot, this is not me just saying we're just going to randomly go out up to all-time high without proving with data and charts that we are going to go up there. It's just very highly likely that the price will go up there eventually, despite getting a pullback at this range. I mean, we understand that this level is resistance. It's the point of control of the entire range. We've had, a speculative 5 waves up already. Anybody that follows Elliott Wave theory, right? Just as a basic perspective, we could get one more push to the upside in this 5th wave. We could be still inside of a larger third wave, and we could get one more push to the upside before we correcting down. But overall, a correction is very likely. So anybody that doesn't know about Elliott Wave theory, just a basic chart, right? The impulsive moves move in 5 waves. Corrective moves move in 3 waves in an ABC or a WXY. Yeah, without a doubt, Bitcoin needs a pullback. When we take a look at this, we already have significant higher time frame 3 peaks, right? Which is one right over here, right? Another one right over here that we created just last week. And then this next one. So we have 3 peaks. We can count 5 waves up already, meaning that a corrective move, is very much possible in the coming days. All right. Don't get me wrong. I am bullish higher time frame, but I do understand that this is a level of resistance. Matter of fact, I am looking for short positions. I am in a short position also at this range. Okay, because I'll explain this short position right away, guys. We're gonna focus lower time frames because we'll be looking for scalping and day trade long opportunities. This long position, I've been taking most of the profits, adding to position, protecting. Now I'm interested in shorts, and I'm shorting very specific levels, okay, that I'm gonna explain right away. If you are interested in trading, Bybit, my #1 crypto trading platform. I've been trading here for over 5 years now. But if you cannot trade on Bybit, I know a lot of people cannot trade on Bybit based on KYC. You got the best alternative, which is Bluffing, guys. Bluffing has the highest bonus, and it's a no KYC platform. Just with an email and a password, you can trade in a matter of minutes. Check it out, guys. You have the deposit bonus down below, and they have, proof of reserve. So it's a really legit platform. If you're scared of, FTX or any other dodgy platforms, this is an extremely legit platform, guys. So not to worry. Let's go right away with lower time frames. I will explain that, day trade to swing trade, short position, speculating, if we are going to get that movement down. And it's purely based on Elliott Wave theory and the range where we are currently, okay? We've done some beautiful, nice scalp and day trades today. We talked about several scenarios that I'm going to talk about as well on the lower time frame, analyzing this on today's video update, looking for a double bottom here at the 66,400 to 300 range. This happened beautifully, something that was mentioned in today's video update. We got some people getting into this long position in the Legends trading community. You got the Valley area low, you got a potential harmonic, you got a local double bottom happening here, and then looking for this rise, obviously getting the resistance at the VWAP, which is obviously a take profit 1. And 𝗕𝗏𝗍 talking about, okay, the other coach in the Legends trading community, about talking about a short position. And this is basically why I shorted here as well, based on his analysis, right? He's another coach in the Legends trading community. So let's focus right away on the lower time frames, guys, and analyze a little bit. Let's go with Elliott Wave theory first of all, right? Because it's very disturbing. This is disturbing. We're hitting the point of control. Volume is decreasing. We don't see any big major breakouts. So, I'm just aware of, oh my goodness, price looks like it just wants to start sweeping some higher lows, right? It might just start sweeping some higher lows in the coming days. And as traders, we can not only be extremely bullish, or we can't only be extremely bearish. We need to, hey, I'm bearish now I'm bullish. And try and find those levels of interest, because we're scalpers and day traders as well. So I got into a long position today, which I'm currently out already, of course, taking profits at that VWAP, and basically just coming down and in a short position right now. Okay, so we're trying to time the waves and the movements here purely based on technical analysis. So, let's continue here with a higher time frame, right? Just basic stuff, guys. I don't want to overcomplicate stuff here on YouTube. I know there's a lot of people that have experience, but other people don't have experience. So the speculation is right now, have we finished this fifth wave? And we are going to get into a much larger corrective move, either in an ABC or a WXY. And most commonly, an ABC corrective move can retrace even all the way down to the 7/8 Fibonacci. Most commonly, retracing in between 50% and 7/8. Could you retrace to 382 and get the bounce? Absolutely, yes. There's also shallow wave twos. But most commonly, you would want 50% to 618. So overall, if we do connect this reaccumulation schematic, that, hey, usually this leg up is very bullish and the pullbacks are very shallow. Okay, so I'm considering the 382 already to be a pretty decent level. I like this level. I am looking for long positions, guys. I will be longing this, even though if it's a scalp and just for a bounce of a few $100s. But I'm going to explain the level that has been explained on the previous videos as well, because, higher time frame, we haven't done much during the last few days. But just a reminder for all of those people that are new subscribers, in explaining why that is such a crucial level, right? It's the 382 Fibonacci from the lows, okay, that we did create here the first week of July at $53,500 range, to the highs, right? We pull that Fibonacci retracement, the tool here on the top left here on Tradingview, right? And the 382 big major level, right? It's a good Fibonacci level. Would I trade it just on its own? Not really, because it's a shallow pullback. I prefer 50% Fibonacci, 618, the golden pocket, right? And even the 7/8 as a large pullback, right? For a reversal. 382 is usually quite shallow. However, if we do have extra confluence at the 382 Fibonacci, then I am considering that 382 to at least hold in the short term, get a small reaction. Let's get this out of the way, because we don't need that. Doesn't mean that the A wave needs to be here. We might even just get a pullback from here. We might get one more leg up, guys. I will explain this right away as well, because it's very, very possible. But let's talk about this scenario first of all, right? We have completed 5 waves and we're looking for a corrective wave now in the next coming days in a 3-wave structure, right? Unless it's going to get very impulsive, right? If we start doing this, then I would say, guys, all of that bullish case scenario, I'm a little bit in doubt. Even though we could come down to $56,800 range, even so, and still be bullish, all right? This would still be bullish, even though if it retraces all the way down there. So, first of all, local levels, the 382 Fibonacci. Why is this level so important? Why is this level so important? We got some higher lows. We got some higher lows that are very disturbing here, okay, with the 382 Fibonacci from the low to the high. These higher lows, oh, this is a classic level for a bounce. It's a classic liquidity grab, right? Higher lows from this major uptrend, first higher lows, sweep up, bam, get the bounce. It just happens, guys. This happens. You need to set your alerts, okay, because this is a classic liquidity grab swing failure pattern level, which is in confluence with the 382 Fibonacci. So without a doubt, guys, this is a trading idea. I would be focusing local, at some local resistance, right? Even this low over here could provide resistance. This is a scalp trade. This could roll back down and test the lows, but the first bounce for a swing failure pattern is highly likely. So you want to get that price action getting above, and this could be in minutes, guys, and snipe along here this potential move to the upside, right? High probability trading setup. It's just something to get in your trading plan setups for the next days, guys, because this might happen in the next coming days. We might come up, then come down, and then everybody's forgot about that level, right? Just put it on your trading, trading setup plan book, and that is very much a level that is highly likely going to get a bounce. So let's go with some other levels here, and I want to add some. What do we have here? Yeah, something curious. We have the previous month close. Okay, previous month close. This blue horizontal line, this is the previous month close, right? In June, we closed the monthly candle at $62,700. This is why we managed to break above this level in July and flipped it as support. We were flipping the previous monthly close as support. We're adding confluence here. It's the previous month close. This level, proven level of support, classic for a liquidity sweep, whatever the price does here, it doesn't matter. You sweep that level, you're going to see some support based on the previous month close, the 382, beautiful liquidity grab to get that bounce here beneath $62,500, okay? So that is a higher time frame level of support that I'm looking here for a nice scalp. And if we do consolidate at that level, hey, this is the 382. Maybe if you move in a three-wave structure down here, right? If this holds very nicely and you start forming some double bottoms on the higher time frame, this is the swing long level. This will be proven that this is support, guys. And this, if we do get this kind of price action, it will be looking very, very sexy. Very, very good indeed. So, that is one scenario, right? That is one scenario. What would be another scenario here is that you have formed, let's clean the chart a little bit. You have formed a one wave here, okay, from the peak low. You formed a one wave right over there. And you have formed already here 5 waves to the upside, okay? And there is the scenario that this movement has been an impulsive third wave. It has been a very impulsive third wave, and we are still inside, okay? We are still inside of a 5-wave move up here. Let's change this color. Let's put it green, blue. I think, yeah, what is the best color here that you guys can see? Yellow. So, potentially this wave 3 has ended right now. We're going to create that wave 4, most commonly sweeping beneath, okay, the wave 4 here from the third wave, and then get the rally. This is why this level is absolutely crucial. This level here at the $62,500, it's a bouncing zone, guys. Previous month close, you do have the 382 Fibonacci from the low to the high. Let's get the Fibonacci here, because from this pivot low of the wave 3, right, if we are speculating that this is the wave 3 and we're getting this pivot low, that is also where we do have the 382 Fibonacci, right? From this pivot low, which is speculating in the yellow for this wave 3 completion. I like it, guys. I like it very much. 382, also a high possibility. Now, what would be another scenario here? You get a shallow fourth wave, right? And we're going to talk about the bullish case as well, okay? Because possibly right now, you still haven't finished the 5th wave, right? Over here, which would be, it's still very much possible. But what if we start correcting down from here, okay? What we need to understand is, what is the biggest level of support that we do have here at the 236 Fibonacci, which is a minimum requirement retracement for a wave 4, okay? So what we want to pay attention is, hey, maybe the price could find support at this level, which it could, guys. It very much could. I'm going to explain why right away. Not only because it's the 236, it would be a very, very shallow pullback, very, very shallow pullback, but it's because we also have some interesting confluence at that level. It is the previous month equilibrium here, as you can see with this blue horizontal line. And you might think, what the heck is the previous month equilibrium? For anybody that doesn't know, it is the 50% Fibonacci from the previous month, okay? So when you take a look at the highs of the previous month to the lows of the previous month, the center of the candle is something to take into consideration. It is the equilibrium from the previous month, which is basically the 50% Fibonacci. I don't care about that level if it's on its own, but if we add confluence to that level, what I do see here is a beautiful range. Let me just clean out the chart here a little bit. What we do see here from this consolidation that we had from 15th of July till the 19th of July, okay? What do we have here? We have a big fat range. We have a big fat range where the point of control is sitting at $64,800 and the value area high as well. This is when the volume kicks in, right? When we get the volume profile, there's a big gap in volume here. There's a big gap. So yeah, price of Bitcoin wants to hold this range. You know, you might hold. This is a level of support. You might as well hold and just claim the highs. But if you lose this level, the first level of support, legends, is right over here, sitting in between $64,800 and $65,000 range, right? Give or take a couple of $100, because that is where the volume starts here again. You got a nice value area range, and that value area high with the point of control is with the 236 Fibonacci retracement if we are speculating on this possible wave 4 formation, right? I like it. I like that level. That's where we start seeing some big volume, big volume, 236 Fibonacci from this possible wave 3. Bang. This is likely gonna get a reaction and possibly a bounce, okay? It will be very difficult to actually just randomly put a limit order here and put a stop loss beneath the point of control. I personally don't like putting limit orders on the chart. I really want to see a reaction and analyze the price. I prefer putting some alerts here on the chart, and when I get those alerts on the phone, right, ding ding bang, go to the chart, analyze very carefully what is happening with the price action. If you start getting some choppiness, you're starting to get a reaction, you're looking for those local double bottoms on the lower time frame and get a recovery, okay? So overall, a lot of confluence at this level. 236 Fibonacci, speculating on the wave 3, and you could be seeing a wave 4 here. You have the previous month equilibrium, right? The 50% of the candlestick, it is sitting exactly where we have the 236 Fibonacci, and the value area high and point of control is where we have that level, okay, from this consolidation. It's a big level of confluence, guys. It's a big level where the price could get a significant bounce. The question is, will it bounce successfully, or will we come down here because we have the other Elliott Wave scenario, right, which is forming a larger ABC corrective move, right? You've finished already in this 5-wave move here to the upside, and you're looking for an ABC structure, right? So yeah, but a bounce, if you want a bouncing level, that is the one, right? 68,800, $64,800 to $65,000 range. You know, I would be expecting something going on here with the price and getting a significant rally, okay? The question is, will it be the low and gain some steam, or will it just create a lower high and form a much larger corrective move? I don't know. Nobody knows. But what I do know is that this level is strong, and you could get a big bounce, potentially of a couple of $1,000s from that level before continuing to the downside, or even, you know, finding a major rally to continue to the upside. So that is the higher time frame major level, guys. I'm just adding confluence here. I'm explaining the confluence. Why are these levels holding? What are the different scenarios? Hopefully you are enjoying the educational content, guys. Simple, easy peasy, just for the viewer. And just because of that, I need you to smash up that like button, guys. If you enjoy the content, you want to smash up the like button. I'm teaching you how to analyze very carefully what are the levels of confluence and how to look for some trading setups. Let's dive in here on lower time frames. What is going on the lower time frames? My goodness, what is going on here? Well, we've got a big fat range, okay, formed during the last few days. And your question is, Andy, what the heck is going on right now? Are we going to drop from here, or are we going to get a major bounce? Well, let's analyze this local situation, because I entered a long scalp day trade long position, and I entered a short here. You know, you want to know where I entered the short position and where I entered the long position as well? Well, let's talk about that right away. We have the range here that we formed during the last few days. And the price of Bitcoin is holding this value area low. So that is a good sign. That is a good sign overall. You get one first reaction. And I love first reactions, because do you know what I look for after a first reaction, which is basically a bounce? I look for the double bottom. Crystal clear. I look for the double bottom at the reaction at certain high levels of confluence. And this is why I came to the conclusion that this was a good long opportunity if you drop down to the low and get that double bottom swing failure pattern. We also had a 𝗬𝗏𝘆𝗽 pattern. And you know, the thing that I did like about this 𝗬𝗏𝘆𝗽 pattern, guys, anybody that is not aware about a 𝗬𝗏𝘆𝗽 pattern, guys, it is a harmonic pattern. You can Google harmonic patterns, or you can join the Legends trading community, where you have all the modules and I explain in detail all of the different patterns that we do have, guys. If you do want to join, you do have the Legends trading community. You'll go to the website and you do have the course on all of the modules as well, and you're joining the trading community as well on Discord, okay? But I explain it here anyway, right? So harmonic pattern, 𝗬𝗏𝘆𝗽 pattern. This was also something that I was looking at. Of course, this 𝗬𝗏𝘆𝗽 pattern, really the target zones is the 618 Fibonacci. It is even coming to claim the highs, okay? So yeah, I still think that this is a possibility that we could, you know, continue this 𝗬𝗏𝘆𝗽 pattern. It does look pretty damn good. It's at the value area low. Anybody that is not aware, guys, 𝗬𝗏𝘆𝗽 pattern, okay, right over here. You're basically looking for that structure and retracing to the 7/8 Fibonacci, right? You have a nice move up in an A wave, B, C, D, right? And from X point to D point, you're looking for the 7/8 Fibonacci. And the more symmetrical you have these peaks, the better, right? And this is pretty damn symmetrical in my opinion, right? It looks pretty nice. This would not be symmetrical. This would not be symmetrical. This is quite symmetrical, okay? The distance, okay, from here to here to here is very, very similar, which is very important for harmonics, right? Very, very similar in the timing from peak to peak. So what we do see here, and you know, I came to the conclusion that Legends, if we got a reaction at the value area low, if we double bottom, you know, I am looking at least a bounce to the VWAP, at least a bounce to the VWAP zone. And we went to the VWAP very, very nicely. And if you longed the double bottom, this is a move of over $600, right? It's a nice $600 move where you can, hey, pick up some crazy gains, right? And basically here, the long setup idea for this is you test the lows. Stop loss is at the lows, guys. Remember, manage risk always. Don't add to position and hope for a reversal and none of that crap, guys. You will burn your account like that. You do not want to trade like that. Obviously, being a take profit one, that VWAP, but this is already giving you a really nice risk to reward 3-to-1, right? So yeah, overall, that was the scenario. You could leave some open, give or take. This is really up to the trader. Protect position and leave some open. Leave 30%, 20%, just in case you do get that momentum to break through. And this is something that was mentioned in today's video update, okay? Looking for that double bottom here. Wait for the lows to be claimed. Bang, look for that rally to hit the VWAP as a first target zone. We got that beautiful price action today in the Legends trading community looking at this analysis. Then obviously Why do we look for this short position? Why was this a good short trade right over here? And I need to give a shout out to 𝗕𝗏𝘆. I'm not sure if he is somewhere here in the comment section. There he is. 𝗕𝗏𝘆, I can see you. I had a feeling that you were here, and I need to give, kudos to you, man. Shout out to you for this short position, which I'm going to maintain. I just protected, this is without a doubt a possibility of the price action moving at least to claim these lows, right? And that is just purely based on a simple fact of Elliott Wave theory. Just looking at the last waves that we formed here to the downside. And yeah, without a doubt, there is a possibility that those lows of today beneath $66,200 could be claimed as a take profit one. So, the main reason why, because of this fourth wave, right? You do not want to overlap. You cannot. Of course you can overlap. You got the point of control. You got the 618 Fibonacci from this last pivot high, okay, to the pivot low. And this was purely based speculation that you're not going to hit this level. You're not going to overlap this level. And I just sniper shorted stop loss above the 6.5 Fibonacci, right? Very, very tight stop loss, like I shown you at the beginning of the stream, to speculate that we're going to get this move down, at least to claim the lows, and maybe even break down. Then you're looking for a possible corrective structure and continuation to the downside. But overall, shout out to you, 𝗕𝗏𝘆. Without a doubt, I'm looking at, we are both looking for longs and short positions. Long position at the value area low based on double bottom, realizing that this could be a lower high based on this market structure. Okay, looking for possibly the lows to be taken again. So that's just a brief explanation of how we're looking for the setups, how we're managing risk. Hey, you want to keep it simple. If you are getting into some positions based on Elliott Wave theory, you have invalidation points, and you do not want this price action to overlap this high over here. So, this is why you're rolling down. Anyway, smash up the like button, guys, if you enjoy this education. There is, risk management talked about, how we're speculating on those moves, take profit zones, where to put your stop loss. Now is when we're going to come to the different scenarios, okay? So make sure to stay tuned, because this is where the magic happens, right? This is where we are talking about the next possible scenarios. All of this has been education. Now is when we start with the pure analysis and coming with the possibilities of the different trading setups that I am looking at here moving forward from this point. Now, we are without a doubt in a crucial zone, right? I'm interested in the short here and I'm interested in the long here. Now it's a battle of what is going to play out, because if we do break through from this zone, I personally think it's going to be relatively bullish. I do see a possible new wave formation to the upside. However, there is rejection points and there is bouncing levels. And this is where what we're going to talk about for the next trading opportunity, right? Okay, we'll talk about some levels here to the downside, not to worry, guys, but let's talk about the possible bullish case scenario and how we need to react as traders to take a look at the next trading setup. So if you are leaving the live stream right now, you are missing out on the magic. Okay, so let's go right away, continue with the comment section, guys. Make sure to stay tuned. I want you all to smash up the like button all together, right? I've said it too much, right, on this stream. Smash up the like, smash up the like. Just shut up and get over it, right? Let's go through the comment section and then we'll go through the technical levels, guys, okay? Because that's what I want to talk about right now, okay? Because you might think, I shorted this level. I am defensive right now with this short position and I'm getting stopped out. Am I going to cry like a baby because I didn't take profits here? No, I am going to look for the next trading setup. What are the next levels? If we break through and I get stopped out, break even, where is the next high probability confluence zone, right? There's opportunities every single day, every single hour, guys, every single minute. Well, not every single minute, all right? No. But every single day, right? There's several opportunities. Let's go right away. Andy, you nailed the double bottom. Yes, it was a good one. It was a good one, okay? It was a relatively nice bounce, very highly predictable. For me, it was highly predictable. And the main reason why also, okay, let's focus here with the education. We had insane bearish CVD divergence, right? This is something that we were talking about, me and 𝗕𝗏𝘆𝗽 today, all right? There was insane bearish CVD divergence happening before creating the double bottom, right? You can see that double bottom right over there. Let me just, yeah, you can see the chart. You had some incredible bearish CVD divergence happening before this double bottom happened, right? Let me just zoom in here on the chart so we can focus on this scenario. And basically what we had here is the CVD, right? Creating higher highs right over here, okay? Very aggressive higher highs and lower highs on the price action. You also saw them on the rest of exchanges. There was big bearish CVD divergent formation. We were getting the CVD going to higher levels. So you are getting people longing, right? And you're starting to form higher highs on the CVD. And it's like, you know what? I don't want to risk a short right now because the CVD could build up as price action is going to higher levels. I mean, there was a potential short trade here at bigger resistance zones, but we're not going to talk about that because we did not talk about it. And for me, it was, hey, I know that the lows has high probability in being claimed, right? Based on the bearish CVD divergence that you're building up here. I know there's high probability in coming down to the low. However, I haven't got a really good short trade here. There's not a really good level. I know price could continue up, still building bearish CVD divergence. But where am I going to put my stop loss? Where am I going to enter this trade? Where do I put my stop? You know, it's very difficult because you could jump to higher levels. This is a very shallow retracement. You could retrace a little bit higher. So it was a difficult decision to take a short. What I did know, okay, I prefer missing out on this short position, waiting for the lows to be claimed to look for that double bottom scenario, which is basically hitting the value area low of this trading range, right? So it's a matter of waiting for the best trading setup, right? At the end of the day, value area low, double bottom. You know, if this needs to hold, it needs to hold here. If you break down and get stopped out, it doesn't matter. You're managing risk. If you could get a solid breakdown from this zone, okay? So you don't want to go too crazy here with your risk management. You test the lows, bang, snipe along and look for that bounce. You also had that 𝗬𝗏𝘀𝗽 pattern here in confluence for that, you know, really nice projection to the upside. So value area low is holding pretty nicely here, guys. You know, we are maintaining this 𝗬𝗏𝘀𝗽 could come into fruition. It could happen. So you got the bearish case scenario here with the waves, local downtrend in the last 24 to 48 hours, right? And you got the possible reversal support. You got support, you got resistance here based on the waves. So it's a bit of a battle right now, okay? In the next coming hours, we are going to see the trend confirmation. And this is what we're going to talk about right away, right? Next setup. What I am looking at here in the next coming hours, legends. Make sure to stay tuned. I'm shorting 𝗕𝗏𝘴. Absolutely epic, 𝗕𝗏𝘆𝗽𝗽. Absolutely epic. JP Morgan says Bitcoin and crypto market will rebound in August. Wow. Is that bullish or is that bearish? JP Morgan, you know, it's kind of inverse Kramer kind of style. Whatever JP Morgan says, I don't know, guys. You know, when this guy is bearish, Bitcoin is bullish. Yeah, and when he's bullish, I don't like it. But anyway, there's so much bullish macro news for Bitcoin and crypto. So I think, you know, it is going to be, I do expect bullishness, okay? Let's go. We go lower. Moon Boy says Crypto King. Oh my goodness, we go lower. How low? How low? How low? And when? We have had a major bounce. Without a doubt, a corrective move is possible. But hey, you are fighting this reaccumulation schematic. The charts don't lie. We've seen a big major consolidation ABC zigzag here. If you are bearish from this point, I'm going to say good luck, okay? Yeah, without a doubt, you're going to get a little bit of hopium with this possible corrective move. But the bears are, they're going to have a tough time. They're going to have a tough time once they see all-time high in the next coming weeks, guys. I'm not sure what idea they're going to come up with when we start hitting those all-time highs, okay? So, yeah, overall corrective structure is very much possible, okay, on the lower time frame for sure. But expect liquidity grab of 62,800. Yeah, that is also a possibility. Looking at the lower time frames here on the liquidity heat map, without a doubt, we do have several $100 million of short liquidations sitting below $63,000. Okay, so we do have a bunch of liquidity right there. A corrective move to those levels can be very much expected. Okay. Yes, sir, that is correct. A sweep of these lows, without a doubt, is a possibility. But guess what? I like these lows as well. I like them very, very much because this is a great swing failure pattern level. It's a liquidity grab. You get all of those buy orders kicking in. Boom. You get a big major bounce. Okay, so, hey, set some alerts right over here beneath this low. Not only this low over here, this low could get the reaction bounce. Okay, so without a doubt, it's just waiting for the highest probability trading setup on higher time frames. There is a bunch of liquidity sitting here. We have formed multiple waves to the upside during the last couple of weeks. Hey, a corrective move, it kind of needs to happen, right? It kind of needs to happen whether we do come up or not. It needs to happen. So overall, as well, a little bit of a higher time frame scenarios, a failed auction from the highs here. Yeah, we didn't talk about the movement to the upside on higher time frames, guys. My bad. That is so irresponsible about me. Talking only about the bearish case locally. What if the price jumps up from here? What do we do here? Very irresponsible of me, guys. We need to talk about that right away before we go with a lower time frame. So you're going to have to give me another few minutes, all right, and talk about the higher time frame levels of resistance, right? We need to talk about it, guys. Sit down, grab your cup of coffee, because me and you need to chat right now about the levels of resistance, okay? So I think you forgot the CME gap. Yeah, we do have that bloody CME gap down there. Where is it? I even got it lost here on the object tree. That bloody CME gap. Who gives a F? Who gives an F about this CME gap? The CME gap is only going to provide us support. Okay? I've been talking about the bloody CME gap here during the last few days, and I missed out on this long position. I missed out because I was so damn. This is why I really don't take CME gaps into consideration. Is it going to be filled today? Is it going to be filled tomorrow? Is it going to be filled, when we hit all-time high and get filled in 2 weeks? CME gap is just really a level to take into consideration as a potential support. The high of the gap can provide support. The low of the gap can provide support as well. But we need to fill the CME futures gap. Bloody hell. CME futures gap, we've left it behind several $1,000s, sorry guys, but it just gets me on my nerves, this bloody CME futures gap. It's a big fat bunch of nada. It's a big fat bunch of crap. It's nothing. It's nada. There's no need. We have a bloody CME futures gap down at $9,000. When is that going to get filled? So anyway, going right and continuing. The good thing about the CME futures gap, guys, if you want to talk about it, is the highs of the gap, okay, which is sitting above $60,800 approximately, could provide some support. And the low of the gap, which is sitting around about the 58K zone, could provide also some support. All right. So anyway, eso no sirve, destroy CME. Yes, it's a big nada is the CME futures gap. Love your analysis, says the gold. Sorry about that. I was getting a little bit nervous, guys, about this CME futures gap because, we had a lot of people talking about the gap in the comment section, on Twitter, everywhere. And I don't give a damn of the CME futures gap if you've been following me long enough. And yeah, we just left it behind. We pumped over $4,000 since we're, that CME gap was created, right? During the last couple of weeks. It can provide support, okay? That is something important, without a doubt. Hey, once we come down there, we're going to get the geniuses coming out saying, I told you the CME futures gap was going to get filled. After calling it was going to get filled at 62K. Yeah, you didn't call that we're going up to 68K, did you? But yeah, now the CME gap is filled. Then we're taking it into consideration, okay? We can add some Fibonacci. We can add some naked point of control levels, previous week levels, right? You want to really add up some confluence. Something curious about the CME futures gap, we do have the previous week open, right? And the previous week low very, very close to each other. So basically previous week levels is exactly, we can just get the weekly chart here, guys, so you can see. You might just fill in that gap, fill in the weekly candle, that weekly candle, right? The lows of previous week is exactly where we have the highs, right? Obviously being the weekend, right? Opening a new weekly candle, you have the top of the gap, which is, where we have the previous week low and previous week open, right? That is where we do have that zone. So without a doubt, the top of the CME futures gap can provide support as well, all right? Get an instant reaction bounce. So it is a longing level. It's a level where you could be interested in getting into that long position. Let's go through the higher time frames, guys, because we haven't finished. Sorry about that. Got distracted with the CME futures gap here. Let's get it off the chart and forget about it now for the next coming hours and analyze what are the strongest levels of resistance. What if the price does break through from here? What if we are all wrong about this pullback and the price jumps up? What are we going to do apart from holding our Bitcoin and not selling? What are we going to do, guys? Do you know? I'm sure some of you guys know. I know some certain levels that we can take into consideration. That's what we're going to talk about right away. Andy, you have been hilarious today. Crypto big brains. Yes, I have a lot of energy. I've been to CrossFit. I've had my coffee. I'm feeling good. I've eaten healthy today. Had my eggs. Had my fruit. I'm on fire, guys. Hopefully you are as well, guys. Make sure to maintain your diet. Do some sport. Many things, guys, that you need to do so your trading journey is going to be much easier, right? Andy might be irresponsible in mentioning, but responsible in taking trades. Yes, very true. Thank you, sir, says 𝗖𝗍𝗄𝗽. You're very much welcome. D. Johnny, long liquidations, no short. Long liquidations, no shorts. Long liquidations, no short. No short to be taken. Destroy the CME futures gap, says Ghost. Yes, very true. One day BTC is going to 9K CME gap. Maybe yes. We would have to see an energy crisis, right? Suddenly all of the computers, all of the mining rigs going down, everybody rushing to sell their Bitcoin because there's a massive worldwide energy crisis. And nobody wants to hold digital currency when you cannot move it, right? And then the miners are collapsing. Hey, this is definitely a scenario that could happen, okay? Then we might see 9K Bitcoin and even lower, right? Smash the like button. Thank you, Kieran. Yeah, we're going to take a look at some altcoins right away, guys. Let's focus on Ethereum ETFs to start trading today. Let's see what's all about. Yeah, that is also a big part of the big fat news that we do have. Big news for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Spot Ethereum ETFs have been made effective by the SEC. Yeah. This has to be bullish mid-term. Could we see a bit of a sell-off just like we saw on the Bitcoin ETF approval day, which we did get a sell-off for several days, guys, okay? So could it be a short-term volatile move down? Very much possible, guys, but you need to understand that this is very much bullish for the next coming weeks, despite the corrective move. It's inevitable. If this goes live today, right? You could have that sell the news kind of psychological event, right? Everybody's bullish into the news and bang, we get the drop, right? Just like Bitcoin ETF back in January. ETF approval. We dropped for a couple of weeks, over $10,000, but then the price absolutely rocketed. So we always need to take into consideration the psychology point of view, which is a sell the news event, right? Everybody's bullish, bang, you get Ethereum dropping 20%, right? So we just need to be a little bit cautious on these launch dates, all right, because of the possibility of that major drop. Okay, so overall, let's take a look at the levels of high confluence that we do have on Bitcoin, because I think that the price has to correct down, guys, based on the analysis. There is a possibility one more leg up, okay, purely based on this fifth wave right over here. We're still in the fourth wave. We could get one more, we ain't going to go too much into detail. But overall, I'm looking for a pullback despite the highs being claimed or not, okay? So, overall, we're looking for a small little consolidation pullback here in the next coming days, without a doubt. But what if the price breaks through? What if the price smashes through $68,000 based on massive bullish FOMO movement? What we need to take into consideration, obviously, the first level on higher time frame is that value area high, right? Keeping it simple. Value area high, just on its own, right? We'll be going to other levels here that are of interest, guys, slightly lower than $70,000. There's another level at 69.5, but overall, value area high, higher time frame. What is curious about this value area high is we have some lower highs right there. I like these lower highs, guys. I'm a liquidity trader, right? I like where there is liquidity hidden on the chart, but I'm going to be cautious at this level because there's billions of dollars just at $72,000 of short liquidations, like I showed here on this liquidity heat map. So yeah, without a doubt, if you're looking for shorts on a major pump, you want to be extremely cautious, guys. This is the classic zone where Bitcoin gets a massive rocket move out of nowhere. And that is when we have all of the crypto analysts, influencers, YouTubers, Twitter saying, bang, Bitcoin FOMO. You get these silly faces and titles. This is a dangerous zone to look for shorting opportunities purely based on this corrective structure that we've had on the higher time frame. So it can get very punchy breaking out from here, and it can get very explosive. So shorting the major uptrend at local levels of resistance need to be very, very specific, and you need to manage risk accordingly, okay, with your stop loss. No adding to short position. Whoever wants to add to short positions expecting a reversal here can get extremely liquidated and burnt, all right? This ain't a level to fuck around with short positions, because this could explode out, all right? You want to manage your risk very, very well at these high levels of confluence. But what I do like about these levels is these pivot highs, guys. You want to set those alerts, okay, to get ready for these pivot highs, these lower highs that were formed, okay, back in the second week of June. I love these lower highs. They're great. It's a liquidity grab zone. It's a swing failure pattern level where if you do get the price action moving up to that level, you're likely going to get a rejection here. You might wick up again, but that overall, you're looking for a rejection point here at this level that could bring a drop of several $100s, if not a couple of thousand. So yeah, without a doubt, a very interesting level. Value area high where you have some lower highs right there. But not only that, as a confluence area, when you trace a Fibonacci retracement from these highs of $72,000 to the lows, you do have the 7/8 Fibonacci. This is becoming my favorite Fibonacci retracement level. Why? Because it's been extremely respected during the last few months. This is exactly where we have the value area high and these pivot highs. Ooh, this is going to be a good short level, guys. But like I said, this might just get a pullback and rocket. You need to be extremely defensive with your risk management and your stop losses here, because you don't want to, this is a zone where the price could end up a much larger ABC corrective move, and you're just flying here based on the massive bullish news that we do have coming up, right? Hey, what if this is true? Which is, basically they are confirming this. We have Donald Trump talking in Nashville in Bitcoin 2024 on Friday this weekend. he announces the US dollar to be backed by Bitcoin strategic reserves. This is the classic super cycle, big pump that could be happening in the next coming weeks. News is coming into confluence with the charts, with the reaccumulation schematic, with the ABC corrective move finishing very, very soon, and seeing Bitcoin exploding out above all-time high. So any short trades here, you want to take them as scalps. This is a beautiful confluence level. 0.88 Fibonacci with a value area high, bring it on. This is going to drop a few $100 at least from that level, which is $70,200. It's going to drop at least, $300, $400, $500. It is a beautiful, nice scalp, high probability trade where you can manage risk very well. Why is the 0.88 so important now? Why is the 0.88 so important? Because it's got respected during the last few months like crazy. You have pivot low, pivot high, Fibonacci retracement, 0.88, bang, beautiful touch to perfection, major bounce at the 0.88. You got a pivot high and a pivot low. Fibonacci retracement, pivot high, pivot low, 0.88 Fibonacci. Oh my goodness, it got an epic rejection. There's multiple different scenarios here happening during the last couple of months. Pivot low here on the 1st of May to the pivot high here on the 21st of May. 0.88 Fibonacci. Guess what? Oh my goodness, what an epic bounce at the 0.88 Fibonacci from this movement. Epic bounce of several $1,000s in this case. So I like 0.88 Fibonacci. We're going to start using it a little bit on the chart, realizing that the price could get a reaction at that level. So I am getting this pivot high to this pivot low, and I'm taking into consideration that 0.88 Fibonacci because it's been respected during the last few months several times. And matter of fact, we do have the value area high at the range where the 0.88 Fibonacci is. What? Come on, guys. We want to be ready for that level. Manage risk accordingly. This level can get rejected without a doubt. You can get that liquidity grab above these lower highs and get that really nice pullback, right? So, yeah, that's a good, interesting level without a doubt. I'm going to, we do have a weekly naked point of control, just getting close to the level. We could front run the 0.88. There is a weekly naked point of control. That's purely based from price action here that we do have the second week of June, right? From this major drop, there's a high volume node at that level that, yeah, you could get a tiny reaction. I don't like it though. I am personally not going to trade this level unless we get a clear rejection, right? We tap it, we reject. I might attempt a short, but if the price gets up there, it can get very punchy and finally hit the 0.88 Fibonacci from this drop in the value area high, right? And that liquidity grab. So yeah, it's a little bit lonely, this weekly naked point of control. It's a little bit lonely at $69,400. If we had more stuff, such as, 7.8 Fibonacci is below the level. I mean, we are at 7.8 Fibonacci right now, right? From this local drop from June. So 7.8 Fibonacci is what's providing this resistance at the moment also at 68K. So yeah, that weekly naked point of control is a little bit lonely. So I'd rather see the 70,100 to 200 range where we have a lot of confluence. 0.88 Fibonacci, value area high of the entire range. We have a lot of things. Liquidity grab, right? We've got beautiful swing failure pattern zone right there. Very, very nice indeed. 70,100. Let's go right away. So yeah, we want to focus on lower time frames. Okay, I haven't forgotten about that. We want to focus on what is happening here locally, legends. What is happening here locally, right? We need to be ready for some scenarios. I really don't like what is happening here. This was the long, this was the short. Now it's a battle to see what is going to play out. Okay, so let's go through comment section and then we'll do the fresh analysis on the next local scenarios, okay? Because you could have a little bump and run phase here. I mean, if we do get above the point of control of this entire range, hey, don't get me wrong, this is likely going to get that push up to the highs again, okay? So I would be interested in scalp longing, following the trend, realizing the levels of support that you've broken. So we'll talk about that right away. I just put a short going for 5% only, 0.5%. You are shorting at support. You should have shorted this bounce here. You should have shorted the bounce, okay? Stop loss above the point of control, above these lows. If you're shorting right now, you're shorting into support, right? It's not the greatest short position. You're risking 0.5%. What is the question? Where is your stop loss? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Where are you placing your stop loss here? There's a big major issue with placing your stop loss if you're shorting right there. Is it going to be here? Is it going to be here? Is it going to be here? It's a dangerous zone to get into a short position right now. You're at support. You're at the value area low. You've been proven to find support here. I don't know, Rick. What do you think? 63K imminent. $63,000 is imminent. Yeah, without a doubt. I'm speculating on shorts, but I want to get in at the highest level possible and be very defensive. But yeah, without a doubt, it looks imminent for sure. The question is, will we hit the highs once more, right? Completing here a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inside of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right over here, right? This has been the fourth wave, and this is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's very much possible. I would be interested actually in a failed auction from the highs that was created on Monday, okay? If we jump from here to liquidate all of those short positions, because this looks bearish and we are getting people shorting the market, guys, right now. I only see people shorting, short. We're going down, down, down. I'm a little bit skeptical. I would be willing to short if we do get a failed auction here. I want to short there. I want to short the rejection from the high. Okay, so, there is a chance, there is a possibility that we could get one more leg up, stop everybody out, and then get the movement down to $63,000 in the next coming days. So that, without a doubt, is not a bad idea. This would not be a bad idea short if you move above the highs from Monday at $68,500 and you reject and you could not find support above those highs. This is the zone you want to get into the short position. Stop loss, give or take. It doesn't even have to be above the high, but give or take a bit of room here. And then you're targeting all the way down here, as a swing short position. That would be an epic short. And I know it's very much possible, as I know most of the people are interested in a short position right now. So, be cautious if you're shorting right now Bitcoin at this level of support from the range, because we know what happens at the value area low of the range, right? We know what happens at value area lows of trading zones, right? Guess what? We got a bounce from the value area low of this consolidation. We rocketed. We are at the value area low right now. So if you are shorting here, you're shorting out the lows. It might play out because we're ready for the corrective move, but it's not the best level to get into a short position. Okay, so if we do get that break above, just for speculation, say that we maintain this level and we suddenly, test the lows and then get an epic bounce, I would even consider another double bottom, guys, without a doubt. I would consider another double bottom, right, which would be a triple bottom on the lower time frame, and then coming to hit the highs. The reason why is because you can manage your risk so well. The risk to rewards are huge. They are huge risk to rewards based on these double bottoms or double tops. So say that price recovers out of nowhere in the next 24 to 48 hours and you fail to break out from this high. You just create a liquidity grab. You pump $500 above this high and you reject. and you consolidate beneath the level, that is the level to short, guys. You're targeting the lows of the range as a take profit one, and then potentially maintaining some of that short for the price to break down to come to $63,000 sub. That would be an epic trade. That would be a very good trade, and you can manage risk accordingly with that setup. Now, if we do zoom in on the lower time frames, 5 minute, what would be a confirmation for me that we are going to be breaking above and going to all-time highs? I'm going to go through the comment section. We'll go through that right away, guys. Could get to low 64,000 and do shallow and keep going also. Yes, this is also a scenario that was mentioned at the beginning of the stream. All right, we have a really nice technical level right there. It is the point of control from this range. Okay, it could go down to 64.5 zone where we do have the point of control and value area high. Without a doubt, you could come down to that level and get supported. You can do so, right? I'm not sure if we do have any. Yeah, we have a naked. Well, this is the weekly naked point of control, basically the point of control of this consolidation that we had last week, and the previous month equilibrium. It's very, very possible. This is what it was explained at the beginning of the stream, where we also have the 236 Fibonacci, right? When we take a look at was it the pivot low to the high? Pivot low to the high, this pivot or this pivot, it doesn't really matter. It's very close to each other. It's where we have the $65,000 range, 64.8K, right? Is the zone where we have the point of control, value area high, and there's a lot of confluence right there. Previous month equilibrium. They also had resistance last week. Without a doubt, this could be a support, a resistance support flip as well. Get the volatile move, jump up. People are expecting lower. We don't get that move, and we find support and move to higher levels. It would be very shallow for a pullback, okay, to continue up. Without a doubt, I would be expecting 63,000 to be hit, okay. It would be a bit of a risky long position right there. I want consolidation at this level. This is not a level where I would randomly long any of the levels, okay. I would want to see consolidation, proof of support, looking for local double bottoms. Then we can speculate for that long. But I would, as we're coming down in a falling knife, then this is not a level that I would long, to be honest. I want to see a little bit of magic, proof of support, magic price action, as I say. Let's go through the comment section, and we'll focus here on lower time frames if I can. I'm just answering some questions here as well. So overall, Kane07, how you doing, my brother? Thanks for joining the stream. That's right, we see the third high. Right, Keaton Jones, is keeping attention to funding rates useful at all? Is keeping attention to funding rates useful at all? No, not really, to be honest. I've seen funding rates being positive, negative. It's negative and it continues to be negative, and prices still dropping. I don't take it too much into consideration. I mean, if it is going to be very drastically in positive or in negative, like crazy funding rates, then I would say, okay, it's possibly time for a reversal, taking into consideration the liquidation heat map as well, okay? But really, for trading, no, I not take it into consideration, the funding rates. After this happens, we go into short at 65,700, says Kenny. BTC dominance, we can take a look at BTC dominance. Only a mad person will short support, says NutriFit. Yeah, well, I mean, if you feel missed out, if you can manage risk, like he said, he's risk 0.5% of his account. We do see the possible rollover. You're entering a little late and you're entering at support. Okay, you want to get in the bounces if possible in a downtrend, right? Not as we're at the low. So it is a little bit risky. You might be lucky and we might be breaking down in the next coming hours. So who knows? But overall, it's not the best zone to get into a short trade. Yeah, we got Rick here asking about the gap. We ain't going to talk about the gap, okay? That was it. We talked about the gap for 5 minutes on the stream afterwards. The gap is just there. Just take it into consideration for support, okay? Will it be filled today, tomorrow, or next year? I don't know. What a gap is good is for support. The high of the gap can be support, or the low of the gap can be support as well. Okay, that is it. Period. Nothing else. Nada. Gap is just a big fat nonsense. We got a gap down at 9K. Are people still talking about that gap at $9,000? I don't think so. So yeah, the gap can be support. That's all. Okay, we can fill it today or next week or never ever. Right? It doesn't matter. So once we come down there, then we'll consider it as support. Moon Boy says Crypto King. Yes, sir. We are Moon Boys. I've been a Moon Boy since $6,000. That's where I bought my first Bitcoin, $6,000. So yeah, this thing about being a Moon Boy is, turning to play out pretty nicely, because I've been a Moon Boy since $6,000. That's when I first started buying Bitcoin. My first Bitcoin was bought at $6,000. So anyway, let's go right away with the lower timeframes. Don't see any questions, nothing here in the comment section. Let's go dive in right away here on the technical analysis on the lower timeframes. Let's go right away. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. We have the scenario of a much larger pullback coming into play, right? What I don't like about this breakdown, what we could be forming here is a 1-2-1-2, right? In an A wave, and it can be very explosive. What do I mean? We do have the highs here. Let's talk about the bearish case scenario, which is the highs here from Monday. We got a 1-2, right? And we possibly formed the 1-2 in between yesterday and today. This 1-2 over here is the big third wave formation that can be happening right now in the next coming hours, okay? This is the larger potential third wave down, all right? I'm going to put this in the white so you don't get too confused, right? We formed a 1-2. We've got the 1-2 right over here. And then we are going to start breaking down in a third wave, right? We in the third wave of the third wave, right? So we should be forming that third wave inside of the much larger third wave, which this is like the extremely bearish case scenario, right? For the next coming hours, right? Where we're just going to break down and start moving quite aggressively to the $63,000 range, right? That would be the bearish case scenario. And I would be very, very cautious in trying to attempt any long positions here. Because we could move down aggressively beneath $65,000. So yeah, that would be the bearish Elliott Wave count scenario that we do have here, that we're forming a double 1-2 inside of a larger A wave, right? Because what we're expecting here, if we are going to be bearish, is that we're forming that impulsive A wave move down, right? To then possibly get a much larger corrective move in the next coming days. So we're looking for an impulsive A wave here to the downside in this corrective structure on higher time frames. So overall, I would not be too interested in this major gap for any long positions. If we do create a double bottom here, yes, I would consider a long position. Maybe if we sweep the lows and get back above, I can speculate in a long position. Only if we double bottom again from the current lows of today. But if we start breaking down here, there's a big gap here of no volume, right? It could drop down, $1,000 to $2,000 in a matter of minutes. And that is purely based off a big gap of no volume here. There's no volume. There's no volume. There's no support. So it's going to, getting into any long position, that 66, 65.5 or any of that, this is a zone where, sitting on your hands, because the drop could be pretty epic. Okay, so really not interested in any long scenarios unless we create a clear double bottom. It would still be very risky. It will still be very risky. But it's kind of, if you can manage risk accordingly, you're at support. If you sweep up the lows and you get the bounce, well, yeah, happy days. You can speculate on that long. What I do see here is the possible creation of a third wave, because you could arguably discuss that you've either completed here a fifth wave, or you're going to complete it right now, and you're going to get a big fat bounce first of all, right? So I mean, a double bottom where, you know, hey, it actually makes sense. You're forming a 1 2 1 2 and then 3 4 5, right, in the coming days. So, and because you haven't completed the first one wave down, and you're going to get a possible double bottom failed auction. You're going to retrace up to the start of this wave, point of control. I mean, if that were to be the case, instead of speculating on this new long position, which you could, I would be looking for the short position here at the point of control and the sweep. I would be looking for a swing failure pattern from this high. Okay, that is if we move down from here, you would be forming 5 waves down from this peak, right? You finished one wave here, right? You can clearly see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, this fourth wave, a bit overlapping, right, from the first wave. Yeah, but it's acceptable. And, you know, if we were to form a double bottom failed auction, right, I think it's an okay long. You know, you can put a stop loss beneath the low if you recover nicely from the wick low, just speculating on that possible move up in a 1 2 1 2. And the best level to get into the short, without a doubt, would be that swing failure pattern from these highs, which is with the point of control. You get that movement up, boom, 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 bang, and then you're looking for the large move down here. This would be an epic short. This would be a very good short position, without a doubt, only if you swing failure pattern from that peak high that was created today at $67,150. Okay, so 62,700. Yeah, very possible. Yeah, in the shorts are loaded. Okay, day trade shorts are ready. Okay, they're ready. They are ready. There is a possibility that this has already been that 1 2 1 2, and we're in the third wave right now. Okay, it's very much possible because you can micro count. Okay, you can micro count 5 waves here with this current low that was formed. What if this is the 1 2 1 2 third wave down, right, inside of a larger third wave? Very possible, very possible. This is why this bounce was great for a short position, without a doubt. Provided from 𝗕𝗏𝘆𝗽, one of the coaches. This is why I'm in that short position right over there. So if we do get that leg down, we'll manage to wrap in a few $100 if we do get down to, you know, maybe $63,000, $62,000. Wrap up maybe even $1,000 if we were to come all the way down here. So overall, yeah, looking for the corrective wave as well, guys. Okay, looking for the corrective move. Remember, if you are interested in trading, Bybit, #1 crypto trading platform, been using it for over 5 years. If you are interested, you got a great bonus with the first link. If you cannot trade on Bybit Legends, you do have bluffing, great alternative, total transparency with the funds of the clients, and they do have proof of reserves, obviously. You got the biggest bonus with the link down below, guys. Another way to support the channel, another way for you to trade in one of the best crypto trading platforms. So that is one scenario, bearish case scenario. This green box area, I would be very cautious. There's a big gap of no volume here, guys. You know, really not interested in speculating in a short position. Let's turn this box red as a danger zone because there's no volume to be supported in this movement, right? You got a big move here, not leaving any volume at all. And, you know, it's a dangerous zone if you're looking to long here, guys. It's dangerous. You're looking for a big move down, possibly if you break down successfully from this value area low. What is the bullish case scenario? What if the price bounces from this level, right? I mean, you could double bottom. I'm considering if you move down here and recover, I'm looking for this high to be taken. You know, I would be speculating on a long. If you test the lows again and fail to break down, I'm looking for an instant bounce here locally. If we do break up, if we do bounce from here, guys, if we do bounce from here, What is the next local scenario that I would take into consideration? It's going to be difficult just because I am concerned of the double 1 2, right? This could be an ABC scenario. It is also possible you have 1 2 3 4 5. You have A, you have B, high or low, bam, C, and you're getting rejection. Would be very, 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 very cautious. I would be actually still be looking for short positions for a failed breakout from today's highs, okay? These highs created at 67,150. If we wick up here, point of control, fail to break above this level, it's time to short. It will be a good short, a good stop loss, and a good movement down to possibly to then finally break down. So that is a nice level of confluence, realizing that this could be a 1 2 1 2. Bam, you're forming the third wave down inside of a larger A corrective wave. Okay, so this is really an interesting level without a doubt. If I get stopped out from my short and we do this, I'll re-enter that short position, stop loss if we do reject from that level, and I would be looking for the breakdown in the next 1 to 2 days. Okay, so that is if we do reject from this high. What if the price action blasts through here? There is another swing failure pattern short position that I'm interested, which is very close to the value area high of this trading zone. I'm going to get the magnet and I'm going to get these two pivots that we do have here from very early this morning. Let's get those two pivots right there and put them on the chart. This is a classic level to get a liquidity grab. It's where we have the 7/8 Fibonacci. You're going to tap that level and potentially reject from it. However, this entire movement will be looking quite bullish. I would only scalp short this and be very defensive, because this could be a confirmation breakout from the point of control and you're just looking for higher levels. Then this to be a 1 2 1 2, you're losing a little bit of probabilities getting above all of this support zone, right? All of this resistance area. But it's a nice scalp short position at 67,700 range, right? As a swing failure pattern from these local highs. Would be cautious. You could find some support at the value area high and shoot back up. But as you're overall getting a nice little scalp of a few $100s to the downside here at this level. It's a nice level of interest based on confluence. What would be, that would be quite bullish, to be honest. It would be a short scalp. I would be interested in looking for a long position if we do get this massive move to the upside. If we were to get that massive move up, you're breaking above point of control and value area high. Can we consider a local bump and run, right? Basically a trend line breakout. Lower high, trend line breakout. Okay, if you do move up, move down, and you move up here, boom. You got this rejection point, but this, it's going to be difficult. Because, we are overall looking for a reversal here on higher time frames, right? I would be cautious. I would want to see point of control, this high over here. If we do get a sudden breakout, okay, and we move up here to this level, and we start getting a retracement, what I want to see locally here is massive bullish CVD divergent formation. If we get the price action spiking up here in the next coming hours, even though if we claim the low or not or break down, doesn't matter. If we do get that breakout, okay, and we see the price action breaking above here and we're retracing down to the point of control zone, for me to be confident that to get into a long position, I am looking for shorts at these crucial levels, guys. I am looking for shorts on the bouncers at resistance zones. Short here, that's already in. If we do break up, I'm looking for a swing failure pattern from the local highs. Very possible. If we break above, still looking for shorts, guys, at crucial levels of resistance. But if we get all the way up here, I would consider a day trade long, understanding that the highs could be hit. But what I want to see is proof of support at the point of control, and I want to see massive bullish CVD divergence. I want to see the CVD here. If we do get up, I want to see this corrective move, okay, forming lower lows on the CVD and higher lows on the price action. That is the moment that I would say this looks pretty good for continuation to the upside, bouncing from the point of control. So I want to see those bullish CVD divergence on the chart if we get this breakout hitting the value area high and these local highs over here, right? That'll be looking pretty intimidating. Still happy to get into the short when managing risk, but I would be looking for a long if we do form bullish CVD divergence, looking for that point of control to maintain. You're breaking lower high resistance trend line. You're seeing some reaction. This is losing probability to be bearish. Okay, so that's what I'll be looking at, guys, here in between today and tomorrow. Hopefully you have enjoyed this pure buy the dip, don't be fooled. Very true, very true. Buy the dip, don't be fooled. Look at the massive macro bullish news that we have. Big things are in store this week. Stay tuned, says Senator Cynthia Loomis. We do have spot Ethereum ETF. Bring it on. This is coming out live, potentially today, right? This is happening, guys. This is happening. It's, mass adoption. We do have CNBC discusses the idea of the US potentially holding Bitcoin as reserve currency under Donald Trump. It's posted by Bitcoin Magazine. This is happening. The big bullish macro news, guys. Overall, all-time highs is going to happen very likely in the next coming weeks, if not days, right? So overall, we are looking for bull run continuation. Let's take a look at other metrics here. BlackRock buys 7,759 Bitcoin. Ooh, this is huge. This only happened in the last 24 hours, guys. This has to be one of the biggest purchasers of BlackRock during the last 2-3 months. We haven't bought that much since March, okay? BlackRock hasn't had this amount of buying volume since March. So we are starting to see a little bit of FOMO here on the ETF with Donald Trump, right? Bitcoin becoming a reserve currency under, it's just, there's some FOMO coming in here, okay? So without a doubt, this corrective move, we are looking at it to end up at some point. The data does not lie, guys. Data does not lie. And, being very, very bearish and calling for Bitcoin going down to 40K or 50K at this point is really, really random, okay? What we also have here is BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF has surpassed the NASDAQ tracking ETF QQQ in year-to-date flows. Hey, NASDAQ being one of the largest markets in the world, obviously S&P 500 being number one. Hey, Bitcoin, iShares, it is surpassing the NASDAQ ones. This is, this is obviously very, very bullish. Also, this bullish metric that we mentioned at the beginning of the stream, if you're selling Bitcoin now, you likely haven't held over the last 3 years. As veteran holders aren't selling, okay? Lower time frame, paper hands, people that have been holding in between 6 months and 2 years sold most of their BTC as approached its all-time highs. Of course, taking some profits at all-time highs is not a bad strategy. Obviously, I did, sell a Bitcoin when we were at $50,000. I just had to. So without taking a bit of profits is without a doubt a good thing to do. But overall, if retail people that have just bought Bitcoin in the recent 2 to 3 years are already selling, yeah, it's just very likely that the bull run hasn't hit its FOMO stage, okay? It hasn't hit its FOMO stage. Not much more to continue here with. Keep waiting for 40K. You'll be buying at 80K, says Kick Drum. Absolutely. Thank you very much, legends, for joining today's live stream. Pure education, levels, trading ideas, levels of support and resistance, different trading scenarios. Thank you very much for joining today. Make sure to smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel because there's more to come. Thank you. Have a great day and I'll see you in the next one.